Here's another one of those books that I found when I was looking for another book. Yes or No, Who Will Go? Yes or No, Who Will Go? Written by Melody Carson and Stephen Osman is the illustrator. But before we read the whole book, I want to read the last page because I think that'll make more sense. So this is the last page of the book, and it's actually from the Bible, so we know it's true, right? All things in the Bible are true. And it's from Matthew 21:28-31. Jesus said, "What do you think? A man had 2 sons, and he went to the first and said, 'Son, go and work in the vineyard today.' And he answered, 'I will not.' But afterwards he changed his mind and went. And then he went to the other son and said the same. 'Son, go work in the vineyard.' And he said, 'Oh, I'll go, sir.' But he did not go. Which of the two did the will of his father?" So, let's figure out. Now we know what the book's sort of about. But there's a castle. And look here. "For my 2 sons love Mom, Melody. And mine too love Dad, Steve." There's a dad and the 2 sons. A long time ago in a land far away, 2 babies were born. Their names, Lee and Ray. So there they are, Lee and Ray. Lee was quite blonde with skin smooth and fair, but Ray, he was ruddy and had thick black hair. There they are, Lee and Ray. The twins got bigger and scampered about, but they were too little to really help out. Dad took them along to the vineyard each day. He tended his grapes while they ran and played. The boys became older and sometimes helped out, but sometimes they got goofy and it made their dad shout. The boys are getting goofy, aren't they? And then one summer day, their dad took a fall. He hurt himself badly and they heard him call. What happened? "The time has now come. I need you," said Dad, "to help in my vineyard, or things will get bad. The grapes must be watered on each single day. Can I count on you?" he asked Lee and Ray. So there's the daddy in the bed, and there's the sons. He's asking, can he count? What does Ray say? I've got too much to do. I cannot. I've got tuba lessons and polo today, horse polo. I wonder. To tell you the truth, my answer is no. I have things to do and places to go. So Ray, he's too busy to help, isn't he? But Lee, what did he say? He stepped up and stood straight and proud. "Have no fear, Dad." Lee spoke rather loud. "Have no fear, Dad. Rest and don't worry. I'll help you," said Lee. "Your grapes will be fine. You can count on me." And Lee headed right out, but got stopped by a stick shaped like a sword, and Lee did a quick trick. Oh, there he's playing with the stick. He pretended to be a brave, shiny knight and fought with great valor, a flashing sword fight. So that was very fun, isn't it? He's on his way to the vineyard, so hopefully he'll make it there. But then Lee remembered Dad's vineyard in need and laid down his sword and went to proceed. So there he goes. But there on the road, a lizard was playing, just like a dragon that needed a slaying. See the little lizard? Oh, look who came. I haven't seen Quentin hardly at all today, and he's coming up. You see? He's like right there. Look, Quentin, look in the video. Okay, sit down. Okay. Sorry about that. That's sort of a treat, isn't it? So what was playing on the rock, just like a dragon that needed a slaying, was the lizard. And once again, young Lee was a knight. He marched to the cave to face the grim sight. There he is, pretending to be a knight, which is fun, but he did have a job to do. Uh-oh. Let's see here. See if he'll stay in my lap. I don't think he will. But say hi, Quentin. Hi. Quentin says hi. Hi to the Ewing boys. Hi to the Novacell boys. Hi to Novacell's daughter, too, even though she doesn't know. Ada will meet Quentin, won't she? My goodness. Okay. Sorry about that. A little nice distraction, though, for you to be able to see Quentin, huh? And so once again, young Lee was a knight. He marched to the cave to face the grim sight. A fierce, fiery dragon, a maid in distress, Lee had to rescue the screaming princess. He was pretending that was a dragon. And that is how it went the rest of the day. Lee kept pretending and pausing to play. He fought off a lion, escaped from a trap, then weary and tired, he stretched out for a nap. But Lee didn't do what he was saying. The vineyard was left with no one to water. The sun-beaten grapes grew hotter and hotter. The leaves became wilted and droopy and dry. Would grapes turn to raisin and shrivel and die? Well, Lee was supposed to help, and he didn't help, so what's going to happen? There, riding his pony up trotted young Ray. He saw the poor grapes at the end of the day. Oh, he leaped from his saddle and knelt down and looked at poor withered grapes. Looked like they had been cooked. How'd this thing happen? Ray thought about Dad, how he loved those grapes and how he'd be sad. Ray went back and forth from vineyard to well. He lugged water buckets, and sometimes he fell. So they didn't have a hose or anything. He had to lug the buckets up and down, and sometimes he fell. But Ray never stopped. He worked through the night. He watered the vineyard with lanterns for lights. Buckets and buckets, it wasn't much fun, but Ray kept on watering and running until he was done. Well, that was nice of Ray, even though he said he was too busy, huh? Poor Ray got to bed long after midnight. When he awoke, the sun was quite bright. He slogged down the stairs, all groggy and hazy, and worried his father would think he was lazy. Get in here at once. Come now, Lee and Ray. Get in here and listen to what I must say. Dad said, when I asked, Lee promised he would go, and when I asked Ray, he clearly said no. But neither son did just what he'd said, and their dad looked quite puzzled and scratched his head. That's strange. Lee did not do what he said, nor did Ray do what he said. But one of you boys did what was right, despite what you said. You worked through the night. For though Ray said no, he did what was smart. He did what I wanted. He heeded my heart. It's best to say yes than follow through in keeping your word in all that you do. But if you say no and then realize you're wrong, it's better to change than keep on going. Words might not match the things that we do. Words can be phony, but actions are true. So sometimes we say things and we don't do what we say, and sometimes we say things and we end up doing something better, or what we should be doing. And so Jesus said, what do you think? A man had 2 sons, and he went to the first and said, son, go and work. Work in the vineyard today. And he answered, I will not. That's what Ray did. But afterwards he changed his mind and went, just like Ray did, watered the grapes all night. And then he went to the other son and said the same. He answered, I go, sir. But he did not go. That's what Lee did. Lee just found a sword and played, and that happens sometimes. So which of the 2 did the will of the Father? Which of the 2 did what the Father wanted them to do? I'll let you answer that and talk about it. Maybe next time I see you all in person, we can talk about it if you listen to the story. I think that's a fun book. I like it. I hope you all have a good day, whatever you're doing. And I love you very much. And Jesus loves you. And the Bible always teaches us good things to do and say. So I love you. Jesus loves us.